Day one of Steelers training camp practice in Latrobe there at St. Vincent College is now in the books, and I've got my takeaways from day one of Steelers practice. Got a ton to cover on today's show, but before we get into my takeaways here, give me a follow on X if you haven't already, guys. I'm putting up live practice updates every single time the Steelers take the practice field. I live tweeted earlier today. If you want to catch my stuff tomorrow and throughout the rest of training camp here, you can find me at Jack_Sperry for those live updates every single day. And you know what? Our promotion today on the show is anybody that goes out and gives me a follow on X over the next 24 hours, I will give you a special shout out on tomorrow's Steelers Talk live show starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want those daily updates plus daily Steelers content on my X account, you can find me at Jack_Sperry. So the big news of the day is that Russell Wilson, new Steelers starting quarterback, sat out the first day of practice. Apparently he woke up with some calf tightness today, and head coach Mike Tomlin made the call to sit him in kind of just like a cautionary type of thing. Now, I don't think that this is anything to worry about, guys, all right? It's just a little bit of calf tightness. Apparently, Russ was advocating for him to play. Apparently, he could practice on it, and even Mike Tomlin in his post-practice press conference acknowledged that Russ could have practice on his calf. He was seen throwing to receivers after practice today. So it seems like Russ is fine, and I would expect him to be on the practice field tomorrow, if not definitely later in this week, but definitely nothing that's going to keep him out of preseason games if they want to play him or the regular season. So that means that Justin Fields got that text at 6 a.m. this morning saying, you're taking all the first team reps at practice today, and he was up and down, is what I will say. Now, he did have a viral clip of him throwing a deep pass to Van Jefferson that has gone viral. Everyone's talking about it. The hype train is definitely real with Justin Fields right now because of that clip. But overall, the offense kind of had a struggling day to move the football. I thought that Justin made a couple poor reads. He made a couple poor throws. He took some sacks today. It was far from a great day for Justin Fields, in my opinion. And in terms of the offense as well, it just wasn't a great day for the offense. There was false starts. There was penalties. Darnell Washington, I think, had a couple false starts. So listen, we'll chalk this up to kind of first day syndrome. You know, Justin Fields got the news this morning that he would take first team reps. It's nothing I'm particularly worried about. I'm still very excited about Justin Fields and what he brings to the table here in Pittsburgh. But overall, it was the defense dominating the offense during team periods this morning. And other injuries here along with Russell Wilson today. Cole Holcomb still dealing with that leg injury from last year. Cordero Patterson hurt his hamstring training this offseason, so he was out of practice today. And then Dean Lowry still dealing with that pec injury that he suffered last year with the Minnesota Vikings. So if you want to wish Russell Wilson a speedy recovery, do me a favor right now and get down there in the comment section. Spam those threes to show your support for Mr. Russell Wilson. Hopefully he can get back on the practice field tomorrow, but overall, it's nothing I'm too worried about. Okay, now going to our other takeaways of the day. And I thought the biggest standout from day one was new cornerback Donte Jackson. Now, of course, the Steelers believe in this guy quite a bit because they traded Donte Jackson, one of the best route runners in football, pretty much straight up for this guy. So this is somebody that the Steelers really believe in. You can certainly see why today. He made multiple pass breakups. He was sticking with guys like George Pickens all day long. He made some really nice pass breakups. You can see the speed. You can see the instincts that Mike Tomlin saw in this guy, even going back to college when the Steelers were highly interested in drafting him. So this is somebody that the Steelers really like as their number 2 starting corner on the opposite of Joey Porter Jr., and he definitely made an impression on me here on day one of practice. And then somebody that was a surprise standout for me was DeMarvin Leal. You guys know, if you've been watching the show, that I've been saying, all right, DeMarvin, it's your time now to really put up or shut up. You're not going to get a roster spot this year based solely on potential. You have to show up in camp, and today he had a really good day. He had a sack. He had a couple nice run stops. He had some really nice plays during practice today, so that was something that's definitely encouraging for a guy in DeMarvin Leal that really needs to have a strong showing in camp to retain his spot on the Steelers Week 1 roster. Now, coming up here on Steelers Talk, I'll be going over the O-line alignments here. I'll let you know who is starting where, both first and second team, plus we got more takeaways from practice coming up. But before I get into those, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Game Time, which is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for the sports, music, comedy, and theater in your area. With killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, and the lowest price guarantee, Game Time is absolutely fantastic, and it takes the guesswork out of buying tickets to whatever event you want to go to. And it's more than just football or baseball games, guys. It is concerts, it's music festivals, anything you can get tickets to, you can get the lowest price guarantee on the Game Time app today. It's absolutely fantastic. And what I love about Game Time is that you get the lowest price guarantee, all-in pricing, so you don't get slapped with crazy fees at checkout. I hate when that happens, and flash deals, so you can get even cheaper tickets the closer you wait to the event. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time today. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and then use code CHATSPORTS. It's one word, all caps. It's right down there in the bottom of your screen for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHATSPORTS. It's one word, all caps, CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. So the first team offensive line here for day 1 of practice, Dan Moore Jr. starting at left tackle here. Isaac Seumalo at left guard. Nate Herbig got the starting nod here with the first teamers at center. James Daniels at right guard, and then Broderick Jones on the right side. We did get a report that Broderick was going to be slated in as the left tackle no matter what, and Dan Moore Jr. and Troy Fautanu would battle for the right tackle spot. At least for now, it seems like the starting rotation looks like Dan Moore Jr. is staying on the left and Broderick is staying on the right. Then the second team offensive line, Dylan Cook was the second team left tackle. Mason McCormick was playing on the left side with the second team today. Zach Frazier, the rookie out of West Virginia, was the second team center. Spencer Anderson was the second team right guard. And then Troy Fautanu, the first round pick out of Washington, was playing right tackle with the second team today. Now, what I will say about Fautanu and Frazier, your first 2 draft picks this year for the Steelers, not starting practice with the first teamers, I wouldn't get too worried about it, right? Mike Tomlin is somebody that's notorious for making his rookies earn their stripes and earn their spots in the starting lineup. It's the first day of practice. We haven't put the pads on yet, and it's really hard to know what these guys have really got until the pads come on. So I would expect Frazier and Fautanu to be in the second team as long as the pads are still off. But once those pads come on, that's when Fautanu and Frazier will have their opportunity, and they better be ready to take it. My second takeaway here from the offense in general, it was kind of a sloppy day, but the formations and the stuff that Arthur Smith was trying to do today, this is going to be a heavy offense. Now, what do I mean by that? It's going to be a lot of tight ends, and he's going to use a fullback. He used a fullback quite a bit today. He did a lot of 12 and 13 personnel, meaning 2 and 3 tight ends. And the person that he was putting the most at fullback today was Connor Heyward. And this is something that I've been suggesting Arthur Smith do ever since he was hired as this year's offensive coordinator for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's got the ideal body type for it. He's a really good receiver, really good route runner from the fullback position. He could be a real weapon for the Steelers at the fullback position. He's also a good blocker, and I think that he's perfect for that kind of hybrid tight end fullback role that can shift around the formation, all that great stuff. I think Connor's going to really get himself a really nice role within this offense. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people with how much he plays this year. Now, still to come here, a major Cory Trice Jr. injury update on day 1 of Steelers training camp. But before we get to the rest of my takeaways from the first day of practice today, make sure you click that subscribe button right now because we got daily Steelers videos breaking down everything that happens at Steelers training camp practice all throughout camp, all throughout preseason, leading up to the 2024 season. We got breaking news coverage if the Steelers make a roster move, weekly live shows for Paul Skeens days. Also, we have 2 live shows every Wednesday and Friday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern, breaking down the news of the day. It's all 100% free, and we are the largest Steelers talk channel here on YouTube, so you guys can click that subscribe button right now to join our family. So Cory Trice Jr. is officially fully back. Of course, about a year ago here, his knee just straight up exploded on one of the first practices of Steelers training camp. Haven't seen him fully back since. He was there at OTAs, but he had a heavy knee brace on there. Today, he was perfectly good. No knee brace. He was a full go, full participant in practice. I didn't think he made a huge impact. I was watching him today. Not many splash plays for Mr. 27 on the field today, but it's definitely good to see him back, and I know that this guy has the potential to be a really, really good rotational corner for the Pittsburgh Steelers this year. And now the final topic to discuss today is the slot cornerback position, all right? Cory Trice Jr. plays on the outside, but definitely an interesting situation is what the Steelers will do in the slot because Cam Sutton is suspended for the first 8 games of this season. Now, the people that got the most first-team reps in the slot was DeShon Elliott and Beanie Bishop Jr., the undrafted free agent out of West Virginia. Now, they're going to give everybody opportunities. They're going to give Graylin Arnold opportunities. They're going to give Josiah Scott opportunities, all right? They're going to give Thomas Graham Jr. some opportunities, all right? But right now, based on what the snap count looked like on day 1, was that when the Steelers go to their patented 3 safety package, they call it their bandit package, where you have DeMonte KZ, Minkah Fitzpatrick, and DeShon Elliott all on the field at the same time. The safety that will be playing closer to the slot receiver will be DeShon Elliott. But then when you go to your nickel packages where you have 3 corners instead of 3 safeties, that's when Beanie Bishop Jr. comes in. And it's definitely obvious at this point, guys, that the undrafted free agent out of West Virginia is making a big impression on Steelers coaches and teammates. He had a fantastic OTA portion of the offseason, and he followed it up with getting first-team reps in Latrobe this morning, so that's good on him. But, however, I will say, a dark horse that we haven't really talked about a whole lot on the channel, but I think deserves a shout-out at slot cornerback is Thomas Graham Jr. Now, Thomas hasn't really had significant snaps since his rookie season back in 2021. He's kind of bounced around different places, but when he got the opportunity to play for the Chicago Bears in 2021, he actually played really freaking good, man. His overall Pro Football Focus grade in over 150 snaps was 84.5, and his coverage grade was even better at a 90.6. This is somebody that's undersized, but he's got really quick feet, really good long speed. I think he plays with really good instincts as well. I was going through his 2021 film last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's a pretty darn good player, man. So with Cam Sutton out for the first 8 weeks, keep your eye on Thomas Graham Jr., to potentially make a splash during the preseason. And if he does, watch for him to get into the mix for the starting slot cornerback job in Week 1. Now, predict it for me down there in the comments section. Who's going to start Week 1 at slot corner? Who's going to get the most reps? Do you think this will be mostly a 3-safety team this year to start the year with DeShon Elliott in the slot? Do you think they'll go with Beanie Bishop Jr.? Could Thomas Graham Jr. come in and really make an impact here? Let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. Now, guys, remember tomorrow, Steelers Talk Live, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll have more takeaways from Steelers practice. Hopefully, Russell Wilson can take the field, and we have some takeaways on his play tomorrow. But also, we got another Steelers Madden live stream. It's the Christmas game against the Kansas City Chiefs, so that'll be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And again, if you want a shout out on tomorrow's Steelers Talk Live show, your opportunity is right here, right there for the taking. All you got to do is go to X and follow me at Jack_Sperry for daily Steelers training camp updates all throughout the 2024 preseason.